Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kathleen Hart. If you're new here, stop what you're doing and subscribe so you never miss a motherhood or lifestyle video of mine. Currently, I am 37 weeks pregnant with a baby girl. I also have a toddler who will be 2 in literally less than a week. So I've done this twice now, in the middle of number 2. But I wanted to come on here and do a quick video about the weird signs and symptoms that I had that I knew I was pregnant before I even took a pregnancy test way in the beginning. Just a disclaimer, these are gonna be signs and symptoms that you probably might not have heard before. This isn't gonna be like the traditional things that I feel like everyone puts in their videos. This is just gonna be like short and sweet and just how I knew I was pregnant. So when I was trying to get pregnant with my son over 2 years ago, I was all over the place. I didn't know when I was ovulating. I didn't understand my body as well. Since then, I have learned my body so well, and I can say that I'm one of those people that knows exactly when I'm ovulating, which is how I was able to get pregnant very quickly in one try with my daughter that I'm pregnant with now, 37 weeks. Knowing my body so well is why I'm able to make this video with like all these weird signs and symptoms, because I know myself so well. If you'd like to know more about that in general, that topic, let me know down in the comments and I can make that video. And also, since these are kind of weird and quirky symptoms, they might be TMI. So if you're not into that, you might want to click out now before I get into the signs and symptoms that I had that I knew I was pregnant before I took a pregnancy test. So the very first thing, it's kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie, but immediately, well, not immediately, a couple days after I ovulated, I was peeing and I literally felt completely different when I was peeing. What do you mean, Kat? Well, it literally felt like I was plugged. Like it felt like it was harder for me to pee. And then I remembered in my brain, this is exactly how I felt when I was pregnant with my son. But when I was pregnant with my son, I had no idea because I'd never been pregnant before. Going through it once, going through it again, now I know. It's almost like, I don't want to get gross, but when your body forms that mucus plug, it's almost like I felt that forming and I felt that was there. So now, ever since when I pee, 37 weeks now, almost 38 weeks, I can still feel it. I still feel like it's like a little bit plugged up. I don't know, weird, right? But that's one of the very first things that I knew within days of actually ovulating, that felt weird, that felt different. Okay, number 2. This is kind of quirky too. I was in the shower and every time I shower, I shave, like most women. Even in the winter, I'm one of those people. I like to shave my legs in the winter. I go to shave my legs, uber smooth, super smooth, like a baby's bottom. I have no shame. I shave my arms sometimes. I do not like hair in my arms. That being said, I'm in the shower, again, a couple days after ovulation, and literally I did not have to shave. I had no hair growth. And still to this day, 37 weeks, I literally don't really have to shave. I've had no hair growth on my legs, no hair growth, barely underneath my arms. And I've never had laser, I've never done anything like that. So this is just purely my hormones working, and it's kind of crazy. So this next one is a little bit more run-of-the-mill. More people might say this too, the drinking. I'm a red wine girl through and through. I love a good White Claw, not gonna lie. Once I ovulated, I felt that when I drank, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I felt the effects so much stronger. I had a drink or two, and you guys know White Claws, they're not very strong. I had like 1 or 2 and I was like, whoa, why am I feeling like this? My body was honestly telling me like, stop. Don't do it. And when I found out I was pregnant with my baby now, my daughter, it was the summer. So we were hanging out by the pool. We were having like, you know, we were just having fun on the weekends with family, and it really hit me hard. And I'm like, huh, makes you think. Well, that's what it was. So a lot of people are gonna come on here in these type of videos and say that your period coming is going to feel very similar to early signs of pregnancy, which I totally think is true. And that's why I'm not really mentioning those things in this video, like the cramping and things like that. But the thing that I thought was very strange for me is that right before I usually get my period, I would feel like bloated and blah, and I would get cramps like 2 days before I knew it would start. Not this time. When I was pregnant, I actually felt like my stomach was super flat and I felt amazing. Super weird, I know. I didn't really get cramping a little tiny bit, which made me realize too that the cramping was significantly lower the 2 days before I would normally get my period. So that's another thing that I knew, that I kind of had an inkling that I was pregnant. But this time, and with my son, I remember waking up the day that I was gonna take the pregnancy test and feeling like my stomach was super flat, not bloated at all, and just like, I felt really good about myself. Then I took a pregnancy test and I knew why. And also to the last thing, I had an intuition. I just knew. So I think a lot of these symptoms too made me kind of like go inward and really think about like, how am I feeling? How do I feel different? And I just knew that I was pregnant, because learning from one pregnancy, well, from pregnancy number 1 to pregnancy number 2, learning about my body and just being more in tune with it, I knew that I ovulated on this specific day and I knew it was gonna happen. So that's kind of what helped me to like recognize all these little weird quirky symptoms. But I'm not gonna lie, guys, before I could take a pregnancy test, I was on YouTube, I was on Google, and I was like, what are the early signs of pregnancy? So what I would recommend if anybody is thinking they're pregnant but can't take a test yet, really get in tune with your body and be like, okay, like, how do I feel differently? What are these weird things that are happening? And it might be nothing, it might be a baby. You just never know. So I hope you guys liked this video. I had fun making it. I had fun going back in my journal and reading all of the weird things that happened over the summer to get me where I'm at now at 37 weeks. I hope you will consider subscribing so you don't miss the end of this pregnancy. And then also, coming in a few short weeks, mommy and toddler life. So mommy, toddler, newborn, husband, 3 chow chows. It's a packed house here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you did, give it a thumbs up, definitely subscribe, and I will see you guys really soon with a new one. But until then, have an awesome day. I'll see you later.